Hello, and in this Prepare for IELTS Speaking video, we'll look at this Part 2 cue card topic, describe a TV programme that you like to watch. You should say what it is called, what it is about, who you watch it with, and explain why you like to watch it. So let's have a look at the language in the model answer first. A very good word here for IELTS speaking. If something is tricky, it's difficult. It's hard. It was tricky to pick. It was tricky to pick. It was difficult to choose. Tricky to pick. At least. So what I mean here is there are more than this, not less than this. At least. Half a dozen. In the UK, when we buy eggs, we buy them in dozens. That's 12. If you only want 6, we say half a dozen. And we can use these words to talk about other things as well, not just eggs. Half a dozen, so 6. At least half a dozen, so I'm saying here probably more than 6 good ones that I'm watching at the moment. At least half a dozen. To be perfectly honest, much better than just saying honestly. A bit more complex. To be perfectly honest. Rarely. This means not very often. Maybe once a month, twice a month. Rarely. Normal TV. In the past, we didn't have streaming platforms. We didn't have things like Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Rakuten, these kinds of things. We had what we call now normal TV. That was a TV in your living room and you got free TV in the UK on some channels. Now we call it Freeview. Normal TV. What we use now are streaming platforms, so things that you can go on and decide when you want to watch something. You don't have to wait for it to come on the TV. Streaming platforms. A C-drama is what we call a Chinese drama. We use K-drama for Korean dramas, J-drama for Japanese dramas, and these are becoming very popular in the UK. C-drama. If you live in China, you can just call it a drama. When you watch something on a streaming platform, then you get recommendations. The platform says, you watched this, so we think you will like this. Recommendations. Suggestions. To give it a go means to give it a try, to try something, to give it a go. To be classed as, here I'm talking about what type of programme it is. To be classed as a romantic drama. We can also use the genre. So I'm putting this in here to show the IELTS examiner that I have lots of complex language. To be classed as the genre, the type. So far, up until this point in time, so up until now, so far. The plot, this is useful for talking about books, films, plays, etc. The plot, the story, what it's about, the plot. So the plot focuses on an esports team, so it's a gaming team that recruits. To recruit is a good word for both IELTS writing and IELTS speaking, and to recruit means to employ. Recruit. An idiomatic expression here, this causes a stir. To cause a stir means it shocks, alarms people. You can also say, this shocks everyone, this shocks people, this shocks the team and the fans. This causes a stir. All male, so men only in the team. All male. She is an amateur player. In sport, we have amateurs and professionals. Amateurs don't get paid and professionals get paid. She is an amateur player. She gets spotted, she gets noticed. The team manager sees her playing online games and thinks she's a good player. She gets spotted. Notice that I'm using all present tense here. When we're talking about the plot of films, books, TV programs, we often use the present tense. Much to her parents' annoyance. Her parents were very annoyed. We can use this phrase with lots of different things. Much to her parents' surprise, they were very surprised. Much to her parents' amazement, they were very amazed. Much to her parents' annoyance, they were very, very annoyed. Much to her parents' annoyance. With esports teams, with idol groups like BTS, Stray Kids, they often live in a dorm. This is short for the dormitory. It's a place where lots of people live together. The dorm. I've been watching it. IELTS examiners love continuous tenses because not many IELTS candidates use them or use them well. The present perfect continuous is fantastic. It means an action that started in the past and continues in the present. I've been watching it. I'm still watching it. I started watching it in the past, but I'm still watching it. I'm not finished. I've been watching it. When you have a drama, there are usually a number of episodes. Each unit in a series. The episodes. To get through means to watch, usually a large number of them within a short period of time. We often get through. I'm not entirely sure. Many IELTS candidates use I don't know, I don't know, I don't know over and over again. This is IELTS 5 language. You need to use more complex language. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. In total, so all of them added together. In total. The number of episodes in total. To be capable of doing something means to be able to do something. They can do it. What I love about this show is that it shows that women are capable of playing and beating men in online games. They can play and beat men, are capable of doing something. In a film, in a book, in a TV program, you have a protagonist. The protagonist, the main character. We can also call these people the female lead, the male lead. The female protagonist, the male protagonist. The female lead. She is portrayed. To portray, to show. She is shown. The female lead is portrayed. Female representation. When you're watching a film, a TV program, you want to see people like you. I am a woman. I want to see women represented, women shown in the program. And what I like about this program is it shows a woman being good at gaming. So it's good female representation. Female representation. Good phrase for writing too. And finally, a series is a number of programs. So these are the most popular series on Netflix in different countries. So in a series, you have a number of episodes. Now I will read through the model answer so you can hear these words and phrases being used. It was tricky to pick one program to talk about because there are at least half a dozen good ones that I'm watching at the moment. One that I've just started recently is called Falling Into Your Smile. I'm watching it on Netflix because, to be perfectly honest, I rarely watch normal TV nowadays. I just use streaming platforms. This C-drama was in my recommendations and I decided to give it a go. I imagine it would be classed as a romantic drama, you know, the genre, but I've only watched a couple of episodes so far and there hasn't been any romance yet. The plot focuses on an esports team that recruits a female player. This causes a stir because they are an all-male team. She is an amateur player and gets spotted because of her skills and is then asked to join the professional team when a team member gets injured. She agrees, much to her parents' annoyance, and moves into the dorm with her new teammates. I've been watching it with my sister while she's home from uni. The episodes are only 30 minutes long, so we often get through 2 to 3 a night. I'm not entirely sure how many there are in total. About 30, I guess. What I love about this show is that it shows that women are capable of playing and beating men in online games. The female lead is portrayed positively, so there is good female representation in this series. Now we'll do a quiz because this will help you to remember these very complex words and phrases. How can we say 6? Half a dozen. Half a dozen. Remember, a dozen is 12. How can we say to employ? To recruit. To recruit. How can we say to watch, to finish or use up a large amount or number of something, especially within a short time? To get through. We get through 2 to 3 episodes a night. To get through. What do we say to refer to how women are shown? Female representation. In this show, there is good female representation. How can we say all of them added together? In total. In total. How can we say to shock or alarm people? To cause a stir. To cause a stir. When the esports team recruits a female player, it causes a stir. How can you say up until this time? So far. So far. We've watched about 6 episodes so far. How can you say 1 unit in a series? This one's easy because I've just used it. Episode. An episode. How can you say the female protagonist? Protagonist is a fantastic word too. You can also use this. The female lead. The female lead. And how can you say to be able to do something? To be capable of doing something. Women are capable of playing against and beating men. To be capable of.